What's going on, guys? Welcome back to some Maplestory 2 content. Today we are going to be looking over my gear. It's just kind of a fun way to catalog how far I've gotten my character over time, and in the far future I can look back and see how terrible my gear is now. And it's something that I used to do back in the Maplestory 1 days, and I kind of want to do it now. It's just something mainly fun for me, but also to give you guys some ideas to what I'm rocking with. So my gear is in no way godly by any means, and especially now with the new Chaos Rising update, they added legendary gear. I don't even have a single legendary item yet, so I'm definitely a work in progress here. But so so if you're like way ahead of me in game, don't laugh. I'm still working on it. All right, so let's get started here. So starting us off is my helmet, which the only good thing about it is the 2% boss damage. Other than that, I'm actually looking to replace this helmet, and I'll go ahead and show you. If we bring up the black market here, search for Varicants, and let's see, those are the wings, these are the capes. Should run into, yeah, here we go. See, these Varicant horns, these are actually probably the best in slot for helmets right now. Well, other than the legendary gear that just came out. But basically what's good about these is they give you a chance to increase your damage by a lot if you're hitting an enemy. So it kind of randomly procs, but when it does, it gives you quite a boost to damage. And also we saw these capes here. Another thing that I'm working towards is getting these Varicant items. This cape here gives you 4% attack speed, and then it also has a chance to increase your piercing by 10%. Piercing is actually the most important stat that you can get on your gear, so having that 10% boost for 8 seconds is actually pretty fucking huge, and this is absolutely the best cape in slot that you can get right now. So I don't have either of these, and that kind of sucks, but like I said, my character, again, is a work in progress, so please don't be too mean to me in the comment section. So here my pendant, this thing is absolutely trash. The only thing good about it is, once again, it has some piercing on it. Other than that, it's pretty useless. And let's see, oops, I opened the wrong thing. Let's see, if you go to the black market and you look up this, I think it's Kendara's pendant, yeah. This is actually the best pendant in the game. It gives you 7 accuracy, 5 attack speed, and it gives you a 3% damage buff, but it does have a downside that it does take 1% of your health every time you hit an enemy, so it does have a little bit of a downside, but honestly it's not that big of a deal. And for the benefits of this pendant, it really outweighs the negatives. So definitely the Kendara's pendant. Once again, all these items are stupidly expensive, and I'm not even anywhere close to being able to afford these. These are actually overpriced, I believe. Yeah, so here's some that are like in the 40s and 30 mils. But yeah, as you can see up in the top left, that's how much money I have. So I'm basically broke compared to all of this. So yeah, I'll get there one day, but for now I'm pretty behind as far as my gear goes. So next we have my top, and I got it to plus 10. Again, only good thing about it is it has some boss damage percent. My pants, once again, has boss damage percent. My cape, this cape's absolute trash. As I showed you guys before, the Varicant's cape is a hell of a lot better. But this one actually has 3% attack speed and 2% movement speed, so it's alright. Here's my weapon. So my weapon's okay. The piercing, I actually got really lucky and got max piercing on it. The electric damage is alright, but I really kind of need to get physical piercing on this weapon and get it maxed. Electric damage is good because I do use electric type attacks, but if I can get that changed to a physical piercing, that would definitely put this weapon over the top. But this is the weapon that I chose to stick with and upgrade. So I'm at plus 13. It's it's the reason why my attack is so high and my gear score is so high when my gear is actually really shitty. You get a lot of gear score from your weapon, so yeah, always prioritize upgrading your weapon because you get the most benefit out of that. So next we have the earrings, which are absolute earrings. These are, you get these, I don't even know if I have any. Let's see. Where are they? Right here. So you get these little fragments, and it costs 16 fragments to make an earring. So you can basically, you get these all the fucking time doing hard mode dungeons. So you can basically just keep making absolute earrings until you get stats that you want. The only downside is they are really freaking expensive. It costs $500,000 just to make one freaking earring. So because of that, I've kind of been stuck with this one. And it does have boss damage, but it also has attack speed. Neither of them are great, but I mean, it helps a little bit at least. So my belt, we have the Shu and Boo Boo's belt. And the only thing good about it is the attack speed. Unfortunately, it doesn't have like boss damage or anything on it. Here I have these gloves that I got from farming 1,000 Treva. Treva is like another form of currency. You can see it. It's the gray one with the blue S on it or whatever. That's how much Treva I have. You had to get 1,000, and the only thing good about these gloves, as you can see, they're not even purple. These are blue, which is a tier below purple. But the only reason I use them over this armor set's gloves is because it has 5.4% physical piercing. So it definitely has an upside, and until I get gloves that have better than that, I'm basically just going to stick with these. Next we have my Savagery Ring, and the only reason I keep this thing around is because it gives me 4% attack speed and some more piercing. Obviously not a hell of a lot of piercing, but it's something. It adds up a little bit. Next we have my boots, which have 4.3% boss damage, so that's actually the most amount of boss damage I have on any piece of gear. So critical evasion is kind of meh. It's kind of a theme with my gear. So a lot of my gear, if not all of it, has like one good line to it, and then the other one's absolute trash. So I definitely have a lot of work for me to do in the future. But honestly, this gear's about to get replaced anyway. As soon as I can start doing the Chaos Dungeons and start getting legendary gear, I'm basically going to be throwing this armor away anyway. So yeah, I'm not too worried about getting like really good bonus stats on this. And I think they're also going to be giving us some bonus stat re-rollers for an event. So I might try to re-roll some of this stuff and get better bonus stats. But anyway, that's my gear right now. Obviously nothing crazy. My gear score is just over 5k, which the requirement for Chaos Dungeons is 4,500, so I'm over that. I could technically get into Chaos Dungeons, but I don't think I'm quite strong enough to complete them. So I still have a little ways to go with my weapon. I want to get it to plus 15, which is the max, but I've had literally the worst luck in the world getting this thing upgraded. So and my attack is 5510. I'd say it's middle of the road. It's definitely nothing like terrible, but it's definitely nothing like fantastic either. And yeah, so that's pretty much my character, guys. And I look forward to, in the future, seeing how far we get and looking back sometime at how terrible my stuff is now. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and maybe it'll give you some kind of idea of what gear to use or to not use. But yeah, so from what I've learned from playing Maplestory 2, obviously I'm new to this game because it just came out for global, but piercing is like the #1 main stat. So if we look at advanced view here, let's see, piercing is right here. So I only have 5.3% piercing. Now there is a house buff. If I go to my house, I'll actually just show you. So it'll just take a moment here for everything to load. And so this little statue thing gives me an hour buff for 4% piercing. So that'll actually increase my piercing now to 9.3. So I have 9.3% piercing. The soft cap for piercing is 30%. So you definitely want to get 30% piercing at some point. That is the most important stat in the game, followed by, I would say, accuracy is also pretty up there as far as priority. So every character has 82 accuracy base. For Chaos Dungeons, though, you want at least, at the very least, 95 accuracy. I'm not even sure how the hell I'm gonna get there. But I don't know, I'll figure something out. But yeah, that's pretty much, I actually have a shit ton of attack speed though. But yeah, that's pretty much my character, guys, and if I learn any little tricks or whatever, I'll definitely make videos on them. But of course, if you guys know anything that could help me out, that would be great if you would leave that in the comment section. But I'm gonna get out of here, guys. This was fun, and I will see you guys in the next video. Toodles.